On May 31st, 2019, Disney will open their most immersive, ambitious, and authentic land that they have ever created, in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. So let's dive into a comprehensive preview of everything that you will be able to experience in the Guide to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack and this is of course DSNY Newscast, stood just outside of the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge here in Walt Disney World, which is going to be opening on August 29th. But for today, we have a full preview of everything that you can expect from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge when it opens at Disneyland at the end of next week, and also most importantly where everything is going to be located within Black Spire Outpost. So therefore when you walk into the land on day one, you'll know where everything is going to be. And this is actually pretty important, as there won't be any clear signage around the land on day one, which might change later on, but it's still good to know exactly where everything is going to be. But before we get into that, the first thing that you'll need is valid admission into the park, as between May 31st to June 23rd, you must either have a reservation by being a Disney Hotel Resort guest in Disneyland, or have received a reservation online on May 2nd, with each of these being for a 4-hour period within the land that will be managed by wearing coloured wristbands. Then on June 24th onwards, there will be a virtual queue, where after the land has reached capacity after the park is opened, you will have to apply for a boarding pass within the Disneyland app. And then once people begin to leave Galaxy's Edge, more capacity will become available and you'll get a notification with your chance to enter the land. But after June 24th, there will be no time restrictions on how long you can stay within Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But then that brings us to how you will be transported to the Planeta Batuu. As first of all, at Disneyland there will be 3 entrances into Galaxy's Edge, with one being in Critter Country, the other being off Big Thunder Trail, which will be considered the main entrance, and then one more off to the side of Fantasyland, with this additional entrance being the one that is not included as part of Walt Disney World's version of the land, as you can see here in this great comparison courtesy of BioReconstruct over on Twitter. Although it must be noted that the Fantasyland entrance will drop you right into the bustling Black Spire Outpost, very similar to that of the main entrance of Big Thunder Trail. And the reason why it's kind of being considered the de facto main entrance is not just the overall size, but also the transition that will provide a sweeping cinematic vista of the land, whereas Fantasyland's entrance positions you right next to the arrival of the First Order, and the Critter Country entrance will be within the forested outskirts where the Resistance have now set up camp. And this is also where you'll find the entrance to the Rise of Resistance attraction that will be opening later this year in a second phase, with it promising to be the most advanced Disney attraction that they've ever created, as it utilises 3 ride systems within one attraction, to create a story-driven dark ride like you've never seen before on board a First Order Star Destroyer. But we'll have a lot more on that attraction at a later time. But now coming back to the layout, as when you enter the land, each pathway has been designed to draw you toward the main centrepiece. That is obviously the Millennium Falcon, as it's akin to Sleeping Beauty Castle at the end of Main Street USA. And this is a brilliant move by Disney, as the one thing that every Star Wars fan has always wanted to do is pilot the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. So that brings us to the entrance to this major attraction, as if you're stood in front of a Falcon staring up in awe, the entrance is just off over to the left hand side at the base of this massive flight tower. As in story terms, Chewie has loaned the Falcon to Hondo of Onaka Transport Solutions to carry out some very specialised missions that go well beyond standard cargo crates. However, when this attraction opens, it will only have standby and a single rider queue, with no fastpass availability for a period of time, as this is an effort by Disney to help increase the overall land capacity, which will probably change once Rise of Resistance has been open for a few months. But once inside this attraction's building, you'll find yourself weaving in and out of corridors and up and down gangways, all the while getting amazing views of the Millennium Falcon from these unique perspectives. And then you'll enter the main pre-show area, where you'll be greeted by Hondo Onaka himself in animatronic form, where he'll recruit you and the rest of your flight crew to pilot the Millennium Falcon on a daring rogue mission with some very big consequences if it doesn't go well. Then it will be your time to enter the Falcon through the docking ring and explore the hold area, which will be your chance to take a photo at the iconic holographic Jajarek board before you are called up to pilot the Millennium Falcon on one of 3 ride missions that we know of. And this attraction is really going to allow you to pilot the Millennium Falcon, as the pilots, the gunners and the engineers all have complete control of the ship, meaning if you crash it, you really do crash it, and there will be real world consequences for doing so, such as when you exit the Millennium Falcon, you will see the damage that she has taken during your failed mission. But then once you exit this attraction, the next thing on any Star Wars fan's bucket list is probably to experience a true-to-life cantina like just out of the movies, as this establishment here is called Ogres Cantina and will be located within this building, just across from the Falcon over to the right hand side of the land, and it's operated by the proprietor Ogre, who has a lot of connections to the crime world of Black Spire Outpost, so you definitely don't want to end up on her bad side. But this local watering hole is more than just a place for galactic travellers and smugglers alike, but also bounty hunters as well, with one in particular called Harkos that tends to frequent the premises, finding those who might have angered Hondo by damaging the iconic Millennium Falcon during their mission. And of course, this is the venue where you'll be able to purchase alcoholic beverages within Disneyland, such as the Outer Rim, Bezpin Fizz, Yub Nub, Bloody Rancor and Fuzzy Tauntaun. And they'll also have a wide selection of non-alcoholic beverages as well, such as Carbon Freeze, Ogre's Obsession Provision, Cliff Dweller, Mugan Tea, Blue Bantha and the Black Spire Brew. And of course they'll sell blue and green milk as well in alcoholic and non-alcoholic variants. But here's the thing, as despite the cantina having some seating availability, it's mainly meant to be a standing venue, as it won't be serving food and the patrons will be limited to 1 drink per person when the land initially opens, just to help ensure that everybody gets to experience DJ Rex spinning some galactic mixes within the cantina, whilst also being extremely talkative, as we all found out on Star Tours. But obviously you'll also want some galactic food offerings whilst on the planet of Batuu. The main place to go here will be Docking Bay Food and Cargo, located to the left hand side of the Falcon, which is a massive quick service sit down restaurant that will serve all kinds of alien based dishes, including some vegan friendly options as well. And if you're wondering, yes, don't worry, this restaurant will have mobile ordering. However, the mobile ordering will only work within Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, as it's going to be geofenced to the perimeters of the land, to prevent people ordering before their reservation time has arrived to enter the land. And speaking of mobile ordering, it will also be available over at Ronto Roasters and the Milk Stand as well, as Ronto Roasters will be located here adjacent to Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo, and will offer quick food options in a counter service setting that will be themed to look like it's being cooked on a pod racing engine. And if you want to grab one of those frozen blue and green milks, you'll need to head on over to the milk stand over near the First Order area, with these being more like frozen fruit smoothies with the use of coconut and rice milks, so that they're safe for those who are lactose intolerant. However, no Star Wars experience would be complete without building your very own custom droid or lightsaber, and so it's convenient that Disney have positioned these right next to one another, as they'll be located in this central district otherwise known as Merchants Row, with the entrance to the droid depot being here, whereas the entrance to Savvy's workshop is in this area. But first, let's start off with a droid depot, as within this location you'll be able to build your very own custom astromech droid that come in both BB and R series units, and you'll be able to select the parts from domes, spheres, motivators, center legs and bodies for your droid. And then once you've selected these parts, you'll take them to the build station where one of Mubo's workers will help you assemble your droid and then run the diagnostics. But the most important part of this droid building process is selecting the personality chip, which will affiliate your droid with either the Resistance, the First Order or the Smugglers of Black Spire Outpost. And we've now learnt that the pricing for this complete custom droid experience is going to be $99.99 plus tax, with the option to buy additional personality chips as add-ons. But the other custom building experience is right next door in Savvy's workshop, which has been disguised as Savvy's scrapyard. But this is because since the First Order has arrived in town, building lightsabers has become prohibited, so you will be required to learn the code word and find the secret entrance to enter. And then once inside, you'll be greeted by the Gatherers, who are devoted to ensuring that the ways of the Jedi lore is passed down to the next generation. And it's in this vein that you will be asked to choose between 4 different variants: Peace and Justice for the Republic era design, Power and Control for those who admire the Sith Lords, Elemental Nature that harnesses the Force within the world all around us, and protection and defense, which links us back to the ancient teachings of the Force. However, this is going to be a rather exclusive and intimate environment, and thus there are only 14 build stations, with the cost of building this custom lightsaber being $199 plus tax, which of course will include the custom hilt, 2 sleeves, 1 emitter, 1 pommel cap, and 1 activation plate and switch, and of course the specific colour of kyber crystal, as well as the 36-inch long lightsaber blade and a carry case. But if you are looking to just peruse the unique galactic wares of Galaxy's Edge, then the first place you should definitely go is Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, which is located just across from the Falcon on the corner opposite Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. As within this building, you will find some of the rarest and most coveted items in the entire galaxy. However, you'll have to barter with the temperamental Ithorian Doc Ondar, who will be an imposing animatronic figure on the 2nd floor of the shop. But if you're looking for a more cute and cuddly memento from Black Spire Outpost, then head on over to the Toydarian Toy Makers located just inside this building here, or visit the creature stall just on the outside and pick up a writhing Raftar, chirping Porg, or a Kowakian monkey lizard that sits on your shoulder similar to the Banshees within Pandora. And if all of that wasn't enough, before you enter Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, make sure you download or update to the latest version of the Play Disney Parks app, as there will be the Galactic Datapad experience that will enable you to translate Arabesh, decode and intercept transmissions and messages, and hack into droids and other sections of Black Spire Outpost, which will make the entirety of Galaxy's Edge a truly interactive experience. And so that wraps up our full preview guide to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. However, we'll be doing a complete extensive breakdown of everything within Galaxy's Edge once the land opens on May 31st, so stay tuned to DSNY Newscast next week, and may the Force be with you. But now, it's over to you, Walton, as I would like to know, what are you most excited for within Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and also the reason why. And don't forget to put the timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment, so therefore that way you'll be entered in with a chance to win one of these official DSNY Newscast and Walton enamel pin. And congratulations to this Walton here for winning this suggestion from a previous video, where we're talking all about the track installation finally beginning on Tron over at the Magic Kingdom. And so that's it for today. So go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel. Hit that notification icon, so therefore that way you always receive an update if YouTube does its job properly when a new DSNY Newscast comes out on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And if you've enjoyed today's video, this full preview of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from here at Walt Disney World, give this video a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.